Woo! This is what the world's most unique quarantine looks like.
Yeah, I'm on my way now. 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 I'll be going away for a while. Oh, and I don't know what I'll find. Maybe I can be a rock star, playing songs on my guitar.
Woo! So today we are sharing with you the world's most unique quarantine. Most quarantines you have to stay in a hotel for 2 weeks solid. Not a good idea with kids. So we were super excited to find out about the Sandbox, Thailand's super unique tropical quarantine.
Now, there are a few rules, which we'll explain later. One of them is that you have to stay in one of their approved hotels. And you know what? We found the most amazing hotel who did something truly inspirational and heartwarming during the pandemic, which we'll tell you about later.
And they are located right here on the island's main surf beach. We knew this week was going to be amazing, but wow. So, we've jumped into world schooling our son, and it's just been amazing. This week he's had 6 different teachers, one of which was 6 foot, 10 foot, and kept pinching the bananas.
The world really is becoming his classroom.
There is, however, also a dark side, a heartbreaking side to what we've seen since arriving. And we weren't sure how to tell you this, but we are just going to do our best to get it across. And it kind of all ties together for why we love the hotel we've been working with so much. Thailand really relies on tourism, and there's been no tourism for a long time. And when you walk around the towns, you can just see what was once people's livelihoods and jobs, and it's heartbreaking. There's so many places that are closed down and derelict, and there's a real mix. There's 2 sides. You've got this amazing, beautiful tropical island, genuinely, but then you've got the reality of what it's been like for the Thais. So during the pandemic, when so many people were put out of work, especially people who work in arts were some of the hardest hit. And so Ozo Hotel actually created programs where they're homing artists and actually commissioned them to create art around the hotel and on the walkways down to the beach and try to create work for them. They have done their best to keep employing people throughout the pandemic. We're excited to share all the really cool stuff that makes Ozo amazing, but we just needed to start with that because that's the bit that really caught our hearts in everything that they're doing. So not only are they super wonderfully ethical, but they have also created the world's most unique, creative, adventurous quarantine. You are allowed anywhere on this tropical island during your 2-week quarantine. After those 2 weeks, you're allowed to enter the rest of Thailand. There is some paperwork, and you do have to do 3 PCR tests over your 2-week quarantine. You are collected at the airport by a government-approved transfer. With Ozo Phuket, your kids can chill whilst you check in. Then it's up to your room. I love it when they arrive somewhere new. Oh baby, so cute. You do have to stay in your room until your first PCR test comes back negative. Then you are free to explore.
Will you run away? Will you run away with me? 'Cause I will run away. I will run away with you. Will you run away? Will you run away with me? 'Cause I will run away. I will run away. 'Cause it feels like I'm dreaming when I'm waking up next to you.
We loved and appreciated every morning that we woke up here. On a Sunday, we love to chill in the morning, cuddles and drinks in bed. Pete always finds a coffee somehow, some way for me. We love to relax with stories. Maybe have another coffee? On Sunday, we love to take a day of rest. Oh, but our days of rest don't usually look this fancy. Ozo surprised us with a picnic on the beach. Surprisingly, travelling full-time as a family still includes finding routines for our family. Oh, and we have started a family tradition of making time to have a family date night at least once a week. And this was too cute.
Are you boys all dressed up for dinner? Should we go and show Mama how cute you look? Go show Mama. Go, go, go. Go and show Mama.
Oh no! You look so beautiful! You're so handsome! When you're matching.
And you found some makeup. You want some makeup as well.
You put some makeup on as well.
Happy.
Happy. You happy?
Happy.
His smart shirt did not last that long, but that is the cutest way to eat ice cream. And this is what the rest of the week looks like. We love to jump up, exercise, eat a healthy breakfast, and go out and learn something new. We mentioned how our children had 6 teachers this week. It's time to meet them. Lesson 1, cooking Thai food. First, meet the wonderful chef who taught our children how to cook their first Thai food. This actually became part of our 2021 challenge, which we're going to be telling you about next week. Oh, and we'll also show you how they made rainbow soup. Lesson 2, paddleboarding. The next day we met our paddleboarding teacher. I had no idea you could do something like this at a hotel. It was a perfect setup for introducing our children to paddleboarding safely. Yay, look at him go. Woo! Lesson 3, clay-based artwork. These teachers are some of the artists that also did the beautiful artwork around the hotel during the pandemic. The boys adored learning with them and learned to paint their own names in Thai. Painting? Wow! Lesson 4, surfing. I have been dreaming of taking my little boy surfing. It felt emotional walking out to the waves together. And thanks to another amazing teacher, we were able to catch a wave together. And this little one giggled every time he caught a wave to the bay. Lesson 5, classic art. This art teacher was so sweet, he even taught Meerkat a few tips. We love learning together as a family. They really made space for him to express himself through art. Lesson 6, conservation, compassion and courage. Meet the cheekiest teacher of all. Our 10-foot friend, who did keep eating all the bananas, taught us so much. We learned a lot about her backstory and how she came to be in the sanctuary. This was by far one of the most moving experiences I've ever had in my lifetime. We will share the full story with you soon.
Wow, this week has been amazing, packed with incredible learning experiences. We mentioned that our boys had 6 different teachers. They did, and they were all amazing. We want our boys to grow up with a love of learning. We want them to grow up. We want them to be open.
We were talking about this, weren't we? We were just saying we really want them to grow up just knowing that everybody has value and everybody can teach you something in this world.
We truly want our children to grow up knowing that everyone in this world has value.
Yeah. And every creature. So you may have noticed their 10-foot teacher that kept pinching their bananas. That was an incredible day, and we actually captured some phenomenal moments on camera, really heartwarming, quite emotional moments of taking our children to meet elephants. Thank you for joining our journey. Happy? Does this make you happy? Your bow, please. Okay. Ready? Oh. Wow.
Mama, walk. Mama, walk.
Ready?
Wow.